How you gonna change the things around you? Oh, what you gonna love inside of you? Oh, when you gonna hear his revelation? Oh, let it move inside of you.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Infinite Perspectives with your host, Michelle Diamond and the amazing Linda Boston. I am Michelle Diamond, owner and CEO of Next Level Promotions, and of course, PR for the amazing Linda Boston, and co founder and co host of Infinite Perspectives. Linda?
And I'm Linda Boston. I'm a performing, literary, and teaching artist. You may have seen me on a couple of movies and series, but know that I've got a broad range of things that I do.
Absolutely. And we are truly excited to welcome our special guest this evening, the vision goddess herself, Dr. Calette Williams. Welcome.
Yes.
Colette. How are
Thank
you today?
you. I'm doing well. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Well, Dr. Williams, we are ecstatic that you're in the building, and you already know we're going to dive right in and delve very deep to bring clear understanding and vision to all those who are curious. And what we would like for you to do is to introduce yourself briefly, along with your background and what it is that you do.
Oh, wow. Sorry. I am Reverend Dr. Calette Williams. I specialize in conscious-centered living. I'm ordained as a metaphysical minister and a metaphysical practitioner. And that's what I do.
Okay, awesome. So, metaphysics, that is like the main topic these days. Everybody's like, ooh, metaphysics, metascience, spirituality. Help us to understand a little bit more about why people are drawn, especially in today's time, to spirituality and metaphysics.
Well, I think a lot of people are drawn to it right now because of the climate that we live in right now. We're in a period of awakening for everyone. Those that have been sleeping, those that are learning that there's more to. I don't want to say religion, but spirituality than meets the eye. So I think a lot of people are seeking knowledge, are seeking to learn things for themselves. And a lot of people have had a deep knowing or feeling. And with the climate that we live in right now, now is the time to open your eyes and wake up.
Very interesting that you said that. Open our eyes and wake up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a terminology that I do see thrown around quite frequently. Is we're woke in that sense. And I would love for you to dive into that because Lynn and I speak on this quite often about, being woke and what it is to truly mean being woke. Like what is woke? What is being awake?
Being woke, quote unquote, or awake is you're no longer thinking inside the box that you were put inside of. I can say for a lot of people of color, brown, red, whatever, a lot of indigenous people were boxed in for generations, and you're coming to a sense of knowing is quote unquote woke. You're tapping back into your roots. And that's for everybody, every walk of life. Kind of ties into religion. People are now realizing that, oh, Jesus was a spiritualist. He wasn't a religious man. He was a spiritual man. He was a spiritual being. And he was woke and walked the face of the earth, teaching others how to wake up. So
Mm. I like that.
yeah.
That kind of echoes back to what you said, conscious centered living.
Yes.
Tell me what conscious centered living is.
Um, for me, and what I try to teach people is we have to understand that everything that is happening in our right now echoes out. And you're living consciously right now, not focused on the future, not dwelling on the past, but you're right now. We can never go back and we can't jump forward, quote unquote, until we master what's right now. And once we tap into what's happening right now, then we can project it and step into the quote unquote fourth, fifth dimensions and be that version of ourselves that we want. So that for me, that's what conscious centered living is. And I try to teach that to people.
Sounds like a foundation for manifestation.
Yes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes.
Well, with that in mind, some people they embrace metaphysics with open arms. Okay, I'm one that
Yes.
just I accepted. It was a journey. I needed Christianity to get me there, so
Hmm.
I don't feel guilty about being here. But others tread very lightly, if at all. So, how do you speak to those that are struggling with their religiosity and the roots there in a relationship to the discoveries of metaphysics? How do you get there?
Um, First you have to understand what religion did. And then you
Mm,
have to elevate yourself past that. I was raised in a very heavy Baptist family. And I tell people all the time, I can only speak to you from my experience and hope that you can pick something up from it that'll help you with your experience. But I was raised in a Baptist family. My dad was a deacon. My mom was part of the nursing guild. We did everything in the church. I went to vacation Bible school, the whole 9 yards. So for me, I was always that child, quote unquote, the rebel asking questions because sometimes, when you go to church, some things just didn't make sense. So I would always question those
mhm,
things.
mhm.
Of course, get in trouble, but I share my story with people because I struggled embracing that side of me because I got in trouble going to church and stuff like that. So I tell people, you know, you have to understand your foundation and where you are and who you are, and then you can become that version of you that you're trying to embark on that journey, quote unquote. But um,
So you really can't use metaphysics to rebel against your religiosity.
no, you can't
Metaphysics,
because
you
metaphysics is a part of it, and people just don't realize
can
it.
realize it.
And that's
Mm.
part of becoming awake, as they say. Metaphysics really was the foundation that was twisted and turned into everything else.
Mm. So that you would say then would help to negate some of the doubts or uncertainties that may climb up when people are battling with their own spiritual journey. That, hey, this is a course that I need to go through or travel to figure out which direction I need to go in, whether I'm going to be a spiritualist or whatever it is that you're choosing to do, and embrace it and own it. Would
Yeah,
you?
you have to. It's okay. People need to understand it's okay to feel what you feel. Everything is a process because you are having to untrain your brain on something that was generations before you into learning something new. It's embedded in your DNA. So you have to untrain your brain and learn. the different sides. And then you can come back to the basics and see that, well, hey, I was doing that anyway without this part of it, because it's conjoined in some aspects.
You're right about that. And when you say that it's conjoined in some aspects, it leads me to this question. And Linda, I hope you don't mind me posing this.
No, I don't.
When you say that, I feel that, well, let's pose it this way. In your view, what is the meaning of life? And what is our purpose as human beings?
Ah, wonderful.
In my view, as human beings, we are here to learn and navigate this human experience. We have to understand that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. I give people examples like, especially when people want to manifest things for themselves. It's like you're asking for all of these things, but you're projecting sometimes people project from a place of lack, and then that amplifies. And it's like, well, I'm doing all the work. I'm trying to manifest. Stop trying. Stop saying that you're trying. Look at it like this. Ask these types of questions. What would I be, or what type of person would I be if I had these things that I tried to manifest? You have to ask those questions. So I think that on this journey, and I'm sorry I go all over the place because I love talking about this.
Please do.
We're having a human experience, and we are in the it's a song I like. This is the age of Aquarius, This is the age and time where we are at the epicenter of being awake and remembering who we are, what we are, and that's our purpose. To me, in this space that we're in, your purpose is to remember. Your purpose is to remember your power. Your purpose is to help each other get there. Because if we don't wake up now, the cycle of things repeats itself.
I like that.
You wonder why things are happening in the government, why things are being overturned, because we can't get past the little things to step into the big things. We have to see ourselves there. It's like Helen, she said it. You're projecting in order to collect. So whatever you're projecting, you're out there. It's, they say we mirror each other. And really the person that you're looking at is a mirror of yourself. So you have to be what you want in order to receive it. And I think that's our purpose right now, is to learn to remember how powerful we are. Step into our roots. We walk with ancestors every single day. We have to know that. We have to remember that. So I can only speak, for myself, but as a collective, we have to get there, and we have to have these conversations with like individuals so that we can get there as a collective.
I like that. I like that a lot. And you said a mouthful, and I'm so sorry, because this is such a I love this topic, and Lynn and I got very excited. And Lynn, I'm gonna let you go, but when she said the purpose and connecting, how do you think we can best connect with our purpose in this lifetime?
We're doing it right now.
Yes.
We're doing it right now. This conversation is part of the purpose. It's the connection. The reason they try to censor social media is because now we've tapped into a different type of frequency that amplifies, and we reach each other by the masses. So people want to shut that down because we're having these conversations. We're seeing that even though we're not right beside each other, we are on the same wavelength because we speak on vibrational levels.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's who we are. And everybody is vibrating. Everybody is vibrating on the same wavelength. Why do you think, and I'm sorry, why do you think in the Bible,
I'm apologize.
because people love to take it there, why do you think in the Bible Jesus was able to reach all of these people? It was people across the land that had heard about him. It wasn't just because of word of mouth, because back then we were already tuned in and tapped in. People flocked to him as he was walking. And that's what's happening now. We're flocking to each other as we walk. And they want to shut stuff like this down so we can't connect the way that we're connecting now.
A magnificent friend of mine who was in the Oval with me, a brother by the name of Walter Fauntleroy, said to me one night at a rap party, okay, he said, when you look into my eyes, what do you see? He said, you see yourself in my eyes. Mm-hmm. We are one. We are connected. So the desire to not connect slows down the progression of a person that's objecting to the connection.
Wow.
Which makes me ask you, can metaphysics be a blueprint to heal a land riddled with racism, gentrification, sexism, and more?
It can. It already is. People just don't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are resistant to change, but change is happening whether they want it to or not. I grew up in a little small town in the Bible Belt, and I have seen generations of racism, and one child is born in the midst of it all, and it's like things just melt. So if a baby can do that, a biracial baby, if a baby can do that just by simply being born, love overrides everything if you allow it and if you're open to receive it. So yes, metaphysics to me is the blueprint because it's connecting people on a whole nother level that we didn't have before.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to a separate journey and everybody's going toward the same thing. So why separate? Why not feel the same thing together? That's one of the reasons why I'm studying sacred geometry, because I see the connectivity of everything on earth and how it connects to the universe and everything I ever learned and so all of those things are connected in a wonderful way.
Absolutely. And Linda, I just, before you continue on, because I know this is a very deep topic for us, our sister, Sherry Flowers, stated, great conversation, my sisters, much love. And with her commenting on that, my sisters, I just wanted to tap into our sisterhood that we have also, Linda, with our WhatsApp group. And, with everything that we do together and we support each other in the I Am Women's movement, I wanted to bring forth, because of course I told Dr. Williams about the group, and of course she's going to come aboard. We already discussed this prior to us coming on, but why I reference that is in metaphysics today, we do see quite a lot of people turn to metaphysics, the whole spirituality realm, all of the above. What I do notice, I'm seeing a lot more women. Why do you think this is?
Oh, because we are the mothers of the earth.
Yeah.
We are the givers of life. Without us, there is no creation. It starts with us and it ends with us. So women, we are quote unquote it. We
Mhm.
just have that feminine energy, and that energy in itself is divine. That's why
Mhm.
they say divine feminine energy,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
we embody that.
Yes, peace and blessings to LHS for Success podcast for the shout out as well. I know a lot of people are going to tune in tonight because it's a topic that not a lot of people are bold enough to, travel down that road and
Yeah.
have
Right.
these deep conversations. So let's throw this out there.
Mhm.
What specific modalities or areas of metaphysics do you specialize in? And what is the most exciting or rewarding part of your work?
Um, of course, conscious centered living. I am really big on hands on healing. I'm a Reiki master and practitioner as well. Um, and that right there in itself is a thing that, guess what? Jesus healed people by laying hands. So it's like, and Reiki practitioners are used in the cancer treatment centers of America. A lot of people don't know that. You can get Reiki treatments and attunements in the Cancer Treatment Center of America. That's huge.
Yeah, I
So,
learned from you.
um, my favorite part is the connection, being able to share and converse with people, because I'm not a person that's selfish with my knowledge, because it's not mine to keep, it's mine to give.
Mm, yes. Amen.
Mhm.
Yes, an underground wonder bar says we are it
We
with the
are.
sunshine. Yes, we are.
We
Thank
are.
you guys for
Thank
commenting and just being
that's
so
that's coming
supportive.
that's coming from Lonnie Walker out of Chicago.
Hi,
Uh,
Lonnie. Thank
what's kind
you.
of where she is. The great part about it is we have these conversations, and we want to get our children
Mm,
to
medical
have a
tour.
good concept of who they are,
Hmm.
metaphysics. And I know you probably were a metaphysician when you were born. you know, 2, 3 years old, you walk around talking about
Woo, we could talk about the
conversation.
stories.
We could talk about my childhood. Oh
I
my
tell
goodness.
yeah, and please feel free. But I tell my grandson, keep your mind with you all the time.
You have to.
And I have not told him what that meant, but he tells people what it means to him. He tells people that it means pay attention to what you see.
Hmm.
Don't be so quick to act, and use your intuition as
Mm,
opposed to out here, go within.
Hmm.
Do you have a way that we can learn from you? I'm getting ready to send everybody your way. Have a way to learn from you how to teach their children to think metaphysically, especially
mm,
since they're taking things out of the classroom. There's no art, and
Hmm.
the creative process is how we get there. There's no art, there's no phys ed, there's no, there's critical race theory taking the story out. Okay. So we
Hmm.
have to teach our children everything. What's
Right.
the childlike approach for your children?
Well, I have two little ones, an 8 and a 9 year old in the house, and I have my 22 year old. So my son, I raised him to be a free thinker. I raised him to ask questions. No question is a dumb question.
mm,
He's a Leo, so I allowed space for that lion to lead. I
Mhm.
allowed for him to step into himself without casting doubt. I'm not a person that's going to shoot down a person's ideas. You have to allow the creative process in your children. Even with the two little ones here, they are very, very imaginative. I told this story when I spoke at CSL West Georgia this past Sunday. I'm real big on manifesting, and I've been teaching these kids how to manifest. Is you see it, you project it, and you collect it.
mm.
So I
See it,
tell them,
See,
project it, collect it.
Yes. You
that's a
see
note to
it.
take down. Everybody need to write that down.
Exactly.
You project it and then you collect it. So I tell them, Juju and I, well, we call her Juju, but she and I share the bathroom in the morning when we're getting ready. I'm brushing my teeth, she's brushing hers, and she said to me, "TT, you see this toothpaste around my mouth? It looks like marshmallow, doesn't it?" And she just like, "Yum, yum, yum, I'm just eating it." And I said, "So Julie, you're imagining marshmallows?" "Yeah, it'd be nice to have some." And I said, "You know what, baby girl? You imagine it, you spoke it. I'm gonna buy you some." So I teach her that way. Look what you just manifested. She brought it
Yes.
into my awareness that that is something that she wanted. Our children do it all of the time. We just have to allow the space for it. We have to embrace it. We have to encourage it. So, when we have children and their imaginations are running, allow that. Don't shoot it down. Don't tell it, never tell a kid to get your head out of the clouds.
Yes,
That's their vibrational space.
so true.
So if you shut them down, guess what? They are now in stagnant water at the hands of their parents, not the people outside, but the people inside. You have shut your child down.
And
So
then they go to sleep.
Exactly. And then you're wondering why you got like a little space cadet walking around.
So true. And I also want to, this is such a great subject. And just to give the audience a shout out for tuning in and supporting LHS for Success podcast, Linda's cousin hailing, saying metaphysics is the search for what is real beyond appearances, the study of being itself. And then Linda Molugata said much needed conversation content. And we absolutely agree. And please do not hand me up if I pronounced the name incorrectly. Molu got a beautiful name. And then, of course, yes, Underground Wonder Bar says, great question about what to teach our children. Thank you all for speaking on this important topic. I definitely just wanted to give a shout out to everyone because they are pouring in and I did not want to miss anyone. And of course, he said, my cousin Linda invited me. So thank you for joining us. We love you for tuning in and absolutely love you. Love you.
It's interesting about him. I've known he was my cousin since I moved down here. We have yet to meet, but we communicate. And that's a manifestation that is in its works because that brother is really deep. I'm talking about a brother who can walk on hot coals, okay? He is awesome. He is awesome. I've learned more about him through other family members. He is awesome. And there are a lot of people here that I'm glad to see. I love them. I think what's happening right now is an ancestral manipulation. You say we walk with them all the time.
We do.
I'm coming up on the 1-year anniversary of my sister's passing over to the other side. She and I used to get in debates about metaphysics. But now I think she's communicating with me more now than ever before. There's a peace and a love that's different for my sister. And I think that's metaphysically driven.
Right. She's probably connecting with you energetically.
Yes.
Because our ancestors are always a part of us. They lose the flesh, but they walk with us every day. They protect us every day. Some would say guardian angels. I think that our ancestors are called many different things in many different cultures, but it is that force that walks with you, that guides you and protects you.
Yeah.
It's that sometimes it's that whisper you hear of what you should and shouldn't do, or giving you that courage or that encouragement. that's a energy thing, not a spoken thing.
So would you say then it's the energy, not the spoken, that connects our physical world to the non-physical realm or
Of course,
spiritual realm?
of course, everything is a vibration. Everything is energy. Energy travels. Our words are
Thank you.
energetic because my mama used to tell me, you can throw a stone, but you can't take it back. You can speak a word, but you can't take that back.
No.
Once it's out there, it's out there. And words are so powerful that they stick with people. You can say something to somebody and they will carry that energy for years. So that's why I say mind what you say. I did want to touch a little bit back on the kids.
Yes, and a question came in.
A child's mind is the most awakened mind. You are at your most awakened state as a child. So it's up to us, the parents, to protect that, to pour
Yes,
into it, to allow it to grow into and blossom into the beautiful thing that it can be.
yes.
My
And
cousin
I
made
think Larry said, go ahead, Linda, read it. I
Yeah.
think Larry said it beautifully.
He said that children connect to the metaphysical by wonder through play, silence, and imagination. They are already close to the mystery. We only need not disturb it.
Exactly. Let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
everything you need to put your hands on.
Yes.
Yes.
You know,
So
I growing up as a kid,
true.
I was seen and not heard a lot of times because I was very observant, very self-aware.
Can you share with us about that, Calette? And I know I was
That's
going to take you
I
there
know.
because
Please.
it's
As
something
a
that
kid,
you shared with me, and that stuck with me to this day. And I reflect on it every time we speak, and you speak words of encouragement to me. It just takes me back to that very moment. So I'm gonna let you talk about it. And
Please do.
this
well,
is deep.
as a child growing up in the home, it was just my sister, myself, and my mom. And my mom was the baby of 8. And she was kind of that matriarch, to be the youngest. She was the leader, quote unquote. She was part of the desegregated schools and stuff like that. So growing up in her house, my mom was very stern with me, but at the same time, she allowed me to be myself. And a lot of things happened in our home that were unexplained. I could see things, and to this day, I still can. I just, I've learned what it is. So as a child, you express things, or I expressed things to my mom, and it made people afraid. So afraid that we ended up having to move. Like energy was moving in our house like nothing you like, probably like something you would see on scary movies, but we ended up having to move because of that. Like my church did this whole thing, trying to perform an exorcism and all that kind of stuff. And it's like I was just a child who was tuned in, very tuned in as a child. And at some points of my younger teenage years, people would come by the house, the new home we moved to, just to have hands-on healing things with me. So, and my mom allowed that space. The things that happened in our home when I was growing up opened my mom's eyes, and she started to study outside of being in the Baptist church. So that kind of led the path for me to be who I am today, because she allowed that space. It's like it lifted the veil. And she was like, this is my child. This is who she is. And I'm going to allow her to be who she is. So growing up in my house as a kid, it was kind of crazy, you know, for a while, because nobody understood and nobody could see, but I could. So, you know, now as an adult, it's funny how things come full circle, you know, but here I am teaching metaphysics and helping people understand that there's different types of energy. People have to understand that there's pros and cons, positive and negative energy. Unsettled energy vibrates and moves things. So it's just, people have to understand that. That's what it is. Unsettled energy latches on to people, and it creates this negative current that draws in more negative and more negative. And if you don't learn how to shift your mindset and open your mind and speak and live and attract that positive, then you're just going to keep being stuck in the loop and not awake, basically.
And there is a specific method to do those things.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can't be afraid of that.
No, because fear is only going to amplify fear.
Yes.
Some people amplify excuse me, fear so much so that they get stuck in that fight or flight, and you're panicking
all day, 24/7.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So for those,
some younger, I speak to young adults who feel like my daughter, for example, you know, sometimes she feels like, oh man, I wish I was further. I wish I had done more. I wish I had done this and that and the other.
I just spoke on that Sunday.
And I'm like, man, you know, you got to be patient. Give yourself some time.
Give yourself some grace.
Yeah, grace.
Grace, love you. You know, forgive you if necessary.
You know, take time. People get stuck in that mindset when they're living too far in the future. And then people get stuck in regret and resentment because you're living too far in the past. But if you live consciously right here in your right now, you can fix both of those problems. So that's what people have to understand, and that's what they have to do. It's like, if you want to go on time travel, keep dwelling on the past. You'll travel back there every single day. One-way ticket. And if you keep trying to live in the future, you're going to be fear-bound, because all of the negative things are going to come in and you're going to get caught in that loop. But if you just focus on your right here, right now, and live it frame by frame, moment by moment, you can have anything that you want if you live it right now. I can tell you this story. I had a Hyundai Tucson. I did not love it. I drove it for a year. I hated that car, but I thought I was going to love it when I got it. Figured out what I didn't want. But I said to myself, you know what? I'm a Chevrolet girl, was raised that way with my dad. I want a Chevy. So they have remodified the Chevrolet Equinox. So I went and test drove it, because I'm a firm believer, if you want something, put yourself in the situation first, especially if it's something good for you. You want a new house? Go visit it. Put your feet on that dirt in the driveway, in the yard, you know? So I went and test drove the car, and it was the fully loaded version, the RS, and it had the panoramic sunroof. And I'm like, I'm not the person who's big on sunroofs, so I didn't care nothing about that. But I'm going to tell you what I did do. Every day from that day forward, every day that I got in my Tucson, I pictured myself getting into my 2025 Chevrolet Equinox fully loaded. And I can tell you this, when I got to the point where I said, you know, I just couldn't contain myself anymore, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go see if I can get that car. I went to the dealership. How much you want to put down, Miss Williams? Nothing. I don't want to put nothing down. You ask. You know, the Bible says, ask and you shall receive. So I didn't want to put anything down. So they said, well, the RS is going to be super expensive. And I'm like, okay, well, show me something. So they showed me a 2026, and the 2026 version had the same thing and a little bit more than the 2025 RS. And guess who walked out of the dealership with no money down with the new car? Me. So I tell people, if you want something, see yourself in it. What that car going to smell like? Ask yourself those questions. And I ask myself these questions. I don't ask questions like, oh, how am I going to get this? How am I going to pay for this? No. How am I going to feel driving that car? How am I going to feel? What is it going to smell like in the interior? What do I see the interior looking like? You have to open your mind up like children do. Imagine yourself. That's one thing that I loved about Walt Disney and his movies. Mm-hmm. When you wish upon a star, it makes no difference who you are. Mm-hmm. It's a part of the theme song. Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry to go off on a tangent, but
no, this is right on.
When you want something for yourself, you have to see yourself in it, in your right here, your right now. You can't say, oh, well, when my money get right, I'm going to do this. Or when such and such happen, I'm going to do this. No, because guess what? You know what the universe is going to see that as? Because the universe don't think like humans do, because it's not human. It's going to see that as either a place of lack or a place of, it don't matter when you get it, just whenever it comes around. So that's why it takes people so much time to manifest, is because guess what? Our words have power. They have meaning.
Right.
So if you don't speak for yourself the right way and be specific, then you just out here vibrating any kind of way. You have to be mindful. And I teach that mindfulness. Mm-hmm. You have to be mindful. You have to. I even touch base on karma, because karma doesn't work the way people think it does. It doesn't. It might seem that way because of how you speak in it. Mm-hmm. Because what people don't understand is your words have power. More power than you know, more power than you realize. Mm. Because your words can touch someone before your hands ever can. Mm. Because that's your energy. It's flowing off your tongue out here. It's vibrating.
So with everything, I think this is in sync. Larry posted, beloved one, tell me, when the mind is silent and the heart is open, do you feel yourself as a drop in the ocean or as the whole ocean in a drop? Mm. I like that.
An ocean in the drop. Yeah. Because it's just like one drop can change anything. I'm sorry about the light. I had to plug my tablet up.
That's fine.
Good. So that's good. Yeah. That's all right.
But one drop.
Yeah, one drop.
Absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. The whole ocean is right there in that one drop. Mm. You said about us as adults, sometimes we talk too much. And
I can speak on that.
Yeah, I know. I mentor some folks, and this is trial by error. I mean, I'm speaking to myself, because sometimes we get excited and we're in the process of doing great things, manifesting what we want to manifest and all of that. But the thing that I tell young artists is,
sorry about that light.
Don't tell everybody what you're doing. Don't talk about it with everybody, because not everybody out there is for you. Ooh. Focus on what you're doing. Be in your creative moment.
Yeah.
Wallow in it, for lack of a better term. Drown yourself in the creativity. And allow that to be something that bathes you. So I do film. And I never tell anybody what I'm doing. My family doesn't even know what I'm doing. I don't tell them until I see it myself. You know, all kinds of things happen in an editing room. So I need to see what it's looking like. So I tell these other people, keep your mouth shut. Do the work and keep your mouth shut. Am I being hard on them? Am I being hard on my mentees?
No.
Nope. Keep being hard on us, Linda. Keep being hard on us.
You do have to, sometimes you have to get quiet in order to have the things that you want or do some of the things that you want to do, because like I was just saying, people and their words, you can't share with some people if they're not where you're trying to go. Then you shouldn't even be having a conversation with that person. If they have not experienced and grown from that space, you shouldn't have a conversation with that person. Because what's going to happen is they're going to cast, and I say cast, doubt. Because they're going to say something. Oh, I wouldn't do that. When people tell me that, I didn't ask you what you would do. I'm like, unsolicited advice. You know, people will give you unsolicited advice and it will cast doubt and shatter. Some of the most greatest creative dreams have been shattered based off of sharing your idea and someone cast doubt on it. And because we are living this human experience and we are emotional creatures by nature, we hold on to those words.
Right.
And then it's like, doubt is like a cancer. It just spreads and spreads and spreads. And then you'll find yourself, somebody will come to you because they think you're still on that level. And they'll say, well, I was thinking about doing this. And because you allowed someone to cast doubt on you, then guess what? You turn around and cast doubt on them. So not everything can be shared. Not everything is supposed to be shared.
You know,
I never share anything that I'm doing until after it's done. When I went to test drive this car, didn't nobody know but my son, and he's the biggest cheerleader.
And then I knew the next day.
Right, you did.
Right.
So my son was like, "Mama, you want that car? I'm gonna go with you. I want to see what the dealership stuff is about." So I'm like, "Okay, son, cool." But sometimes we open our mouths and we share things with people who are chronically diseased with that energy that just is going to spread and devour everything positive that you are trying to do for yourself. So you are absolutely right. Sometimes you got to get quiet and keep your mouth closed.
Absolutely. And I'm going to use one of the quotes that you posted. And, you know, we follow each other. And I love this one in particular. Some doors only open from the inside. You posted that. And when you posted that, we had a conversation about that. And in turn, Linda and I had a conversation about energy and how we were going to move going forward and what we attract like-minded is what we're going to embrace, because not everything is for everyone. Not everybody that comes around you meant to infiltrate that circle.
True fact.
You know, it's a learning experience, and these conversations are necessary. And I truly appreciate you bringing that up, Linda and Calette. What I wanted to touch on with that, some doors only open from the inside. For those that are listening right now and who are looking for a more spiritual connection and understanding what these phrases or these mantras mean, what is one simple exercise that they can do to help them get to that level of spiritual connectivity?
When you first wake up in the morning, before you put your feet on the floor, say something positive to yourself. You don't have to speak it out loud. Say it in your mind, because guess what? We are so powerful. We speak without even moving our mouths. People don't look at it that way, but that's what it is, because you hear it just as plain as day, but nothing is being spoken. Speak something positive to yourself. If it's nothing more than simply saying, I'm going to have a great day today. My ancestors, my energy is going to repel all negativity. I walk in strength and courage. Say something positive to your day. And if you do that every day consistently, you'd be amazed at how much your life will change for the better. My little person upstairs, Juju, every day, because I've drilled this in her little mind, she used to say, TT, I hope I have a great day today. I said, no, ma'am. No. I am going to have a great day today, TT. And I corrected her so many times to now that baby wake up excited to go to school. She in there brushing her teeth, putting on lotion. I'm going to have a great day today, TT. And she is bouncing out the door every single day. I'm so excited for school. I've even allowed space for her creativity and taught her how to pack her lunches. So she takes it upon herself at nighttime to pack her lunch, because she is excited to go to school every day. I'm excited to learn. And then when she comes home, she's excited to share. And I say all of this to say that that's how we encourage our children. We embrace their creativity. We turn around the negative that they might be speaking to themselves.
Right.
You're not hoping to have a great day. You claim it. I am. That's part of those I am disclosures. I am this. I am that. Because I am greatness.
And I'm going to come right back with another one of your quotes that I use very frequently, because you've helped me so much throughout my journey with you, from the very beginning as my BFF till the very, very end. And I remember going through, and you know the story and the battles that my family and I have been through. And it was, I am the ambassador of my bloodline, and I have the power to break generational curses. Ashe.
Amen.
And I hold on to that, because last week's topic with mindsets and talking about death and dealing with things of the past and grief comes in so many different forms. It all ties into the energy of physical abuse, sexual abuse, mental abuse, all of the above. There's so many different forms of grief. And for the audience tuning in, knowing that misconceptions are out there, but you can change your perspective on anything that you put your mind to. Thus, the reason the show is called Infinite Perspective with Infinite Possibilities, because everything is possible once you put your mind to it. So remember, I am is the most important thing you could say to yourself. I am, not that I will, I am, I can, it's going to happen, period, and leave it there. Don't go back and repeat it. You put it out there, you spoke it, let it go, let it be. Because once you keep on repeating it, you're negating it.
And sometimes we have negative thoughts that try to float in. And you have to say to yourself that thought does not serve me. That thought can wait. Some people say, get thee behind me, Satan. Whatever they got to say. Remove it. That's the mind working overtime. That's that mind looking too far into the future. Or the past and not the now. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't mind it, it don't matter.
There you go. If you don't mind it, it don't matter. It's so true.
You don't mind it. You sound like somebody's grandma.
She is an old soul.
I grew up in a house with a lot of older women.
Yeah.
you'd be surprised some of the things that my grandmama and my aunties used to say. I'm country. You can hear it when I speak. So, and I don't try to be anything different but myself.
Yeah.
You know,
And we love you
have
for
to
it.
live. Thank you. You have to live authentically as you are. The Bible says, "Come as you are."
Mm-hmm.
For
So how do we
everybody
find you? How do we find you when we need you? Doctor,
Yes.
Reverend Dr. Calette Williams?
Reverend Dr. Calette.
Reverend Doctor. How do we find you?
I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. I'm a phone call
Instagram.
away. I'm on Instagram. And I'm on TikTok, but not in a metaphysical sense. I'm just silly on TikTok. I like to, sing the old songs and make videos because it's fun to me.
Yeah.
But people can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram.
And we can put a link in the post broadcast because
yeah,
you can share this broadcast with other people.
And you could connect with her through me. I'm also her PR. Just
right.
Right.
Put it out there. Put it out.
Contact perspectives, and we will get you to the Reverend Dr. Calette Williams. So, if you were going to tell your younger self something, what would you tell your younger self, knowing what you know today?
Wow.
Give yourself grace. Even a rose takes time to bloom.
Ooh.
That's what I would tell my younger self. Because I have at times been my biggest critic. And then when I look back, because we can always reflect on the past, but we don't dwell there. You can look and see how far you've came and appreciate the person that you are now. And you can tell that younger version of yourself, because that energy is still there. You did okay. We made it through that.
Yeah.
So that's what I would tell my younger self.
Wow. I love that. So in closing, guys, we just wanted to say thank you very much for tuning in with us on another dynamic episode of Infinite Perspectives with Reverend Dr. Calette Williams. Of course. Yes, the Reverend Doctor, okay? And we had so much. And we're going to come back and we're going to have another group discussion because we're going to bring a few people on together and we're going to dive into crystals and everything else because she goes much deeper than this. And that's our topic right there. But we wanted to introduce you guys to something, about the metaphysical world and what that means and how you can get some clarity on your spiritual journey and on your walk, whichever way you want to view it. And I want to leave you with this, and this comes from her side as well. Right here, right now, life meets me exactly as I meet life. Therefore, I meet life with an enthusiastic attitude. I meet life with a joyful attitude. Joy and enthusiasm send out positive vibrations to everyone and everything in my experience, and my joy and enthusiasm are reflected back to me. I program myself every day for health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, and money. Blessings all. I am the ambassador of my life.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for being here with us today. We really appreciate you.
No, thank you all for having me. I'm so grateful and thankful.
Absolutely. Marie Baker tapped in and said, thank you. We had Audrey Montgomery tapped in. Thank you. Great session. And of course, Underground Wonder Bar, beautiful closing. Thank you so much. We love you guys. Remember, you hold the power. You are power itself. So keep shining, my brothers and sisters. Love and light. And until next time. Bye.
How you gonna change the things around you? Oh, what you gonna love inside of you? When you gonna hear his revelation?